Hi, the Bis are here. As per usual, Siri was trying to define going live for me when I hit the button.
What does it mean to go live?
What does it mean? Good question, because now she's gonna define ending broadcast if I click on it. So we'll see. M1 hates me. That's all it is. Welcome to the Bi Book Club, the May stream. Also a quick shout out of Happy Pride to everybody. We love all identities and welcome to our family, because you're on my channel. I am Logan. I am the Bi Book Boy. You all know who everyone else is. Hello, Dana. Hello, Dana. Yasmin said bring out the Bis, which in my head sounded like bring on the men, and that song from the musical.
I read it as bis. I was like, what's bis?
Bring out the bis. Yeah. Dana, I hope someone texted you. Anyway. Oh yeah. All right. Emily's on it. Yeah. What did we read this week, guys? Or
also,
this week?
Wait, before we say what we read, I want to give a special welcome to Hank Green, who's here right now.
In spirit.
Hello, Hank.
He's here. This is where he is. This is Hank. Look at him. Look at him. Isn't he cute?
Hank, we're such big fans. We're so happy you were able to make it.
We love you, Hank. You are my favorite. Wait, is Hank actually on here? Am I being a dick? Oh, good. Okay. I was like, dude, one of you know what something that's happening that I don't know of? Can you imagine? I'm like,
you gave me a heart attack. I was like, there's no way.
I'm evil.
The anxiety went from like relatively manageable to at the ceiling, you know?
Could you imagine if I actually gave Hank the StreamYard link and he was just in the little box at the bottom and Logan just didn't see him?
He's been waiting, listening to us talk, and I forgot to hit the add button the way that I did to Kelsey every time I host. Every time. Kelsey's just sitting here waiting as I'm doing shit, and then I'm like, oh, you've been here for 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. You know? Oh, God. Alrighty. But anyway. Oh my God, the apartment complex group chat is texting me. I'm sorry, and it's dinging in my ear. Our entire apartment complex, we all are the same age, so we we've created like a small like COVID safe in numbers group of people that can like go out to the patio outdoors and drink. Yes, it is a crop top. Thank you. It says eating. I cropped it in college when I was drunk. The full thing said eating made easy, but I
remember those shirts.
Yes, right? Do you remember this with the cat?
Why was that the slogan? That's all I have to say.
I have
made easy.
No clue.
College students, that was a bad decision.
Because it wasn't easy. Because while all of the cafeteria staff was incredible, that food did not make the rest of your day easy. I'm just gonna say. It made it very difficult, to be perfectly honest. It was a time. God, what a time. Anyway, yeah, but Hank Green is here because we read Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green, also known as the Bisexual Iron Giant in my headcanon. Because I don't know about you, but every time fucking Carl showed up, my head saw the Iron Giant. I don't know why. It wasn't fits. Like a it fits. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Yasmin. Hello, Dana. Do we want to wait for like a couple more? Because I know Hugo's coming. Do we want to wait for a little bit more? Or, like, no, shall we just keep going?
He didn't show up on time. We're still going.
You know what? Why does it always devolve into us shaming Hugo for being himself?
For existing.
I literally bullied this man into a TikTok account last time I was live. It was awful.
Let's be here.
Hey, Hugo.
Kelsey.
Hi. We weren't talking about you.
We love you.
Oh, Indian Cooks and Books is here too. Hello. Happy Pride.
Hello. Oh
no, he's been here the whole time. He was just waiting for us to introduce him.
Happy Pride Month. I just followed you on Instagram and all the other things. all of it. Oh my God. But yeah, I guess, do we want to, everyone here knows us. I was like,
yeah, they know us. But do they
need
know the book? Do they know the book? Should someone explain what An Absolutely Remarkable Thing is about?
It was absolutely remarkable.
It was absolutely absolutely. Anyway, somebody go. I've been talking for a while. Hi. Hello. Maza runs the oh my God. Maza and Hugo run the Stephen King the Discord server book club that we are all also a part of as well.
I just got the June book, guys. I just got it.
Just got Christine. It's piled under 4 books next to me. I almost called it Marie. I know I already made that joke, but I'm constantly subbing in another name instead of Christine for some reason. Like, I went book shopping for this and was looking for like some other name. Like, I don't even know what it was. Like, for like 10 minutes before I was like, it's not that. It's Christine. Which is dumb because my mother's name is Christy, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's good times. Anyway, someone synopsisize this book.
Emily.
Okay, so we have our main character. Her name is April May. She's 23 years old, and she lives in New York City. She is an art student. And one morning at like, I don't know, 3 or 4 in the morning, she's walking around New York City and she stumbles upon this giant sculpture that's 10 feet tall. It's like a giant robot wearing samurai armor. And she immediately calls her friend. His name has escaped my mind at this moment.
Oh, I have it. Hold on. Andy, I think.
Yeah, Andy. And he's a friend from college, and she calls him, and he's like, why are you calling me? It's 3 in the morning. And she said, you need to come here right now, bring all of your recording equipment. And Andy is kind of like a YouTuber kind of guy, like just like making fun videos. And so they set up this kind of fake interview with this piece of art because they think it's some sort of art exhibit. And they post it on YouTube, and they wake up the next day and it has millions and millions of views, and they find out that these statues are actually located in all major cities in the world, and that she and Andy ended up being the first ones to document this weird phenomena. And so it talks about like the theories of like why these things are here. And then eventually you find out that they believe that it is from a different planet. So they're aliens of some kind, but we don't really understand, and they don't move or talk or do anything. They're just like, what do they want from us? It gets a bit more complicated than that, but basically we follow April, May, and Andy as they kind of become super famous really fast, and how that affects their relationships with people in their lives, as well as what it means to have like a huge social media presence, and how that can, change a person or affect how they make decisions. And also like how we can find what's truly important to us in a society that relies so heavily on social media. Okay, that was all.
You did. You killed that.
You got that.
Nailed it.
That
that was really good.
It was very good. Yeah, main things that you guys think about this book. Also, I just want to highlight this because I like
breakfast.
Good morning. Hello.
What are you eating for breakfast?
What are you eating for breakfast? I want to know.
Well, yeah, overall thoughts. This.
Thank you.
This book was a 4 out of 5 stars. I have no idea how to explain my rating system. I just go with what feels right.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels right.
I did 5 out of 5. I will say, Hank Green, I feel personally attacked by this book in that, like, I am a people pleaser, and I was raised near Canada, which means I'm even more of a people pleaser. So this whole time, every time that April May did anything, I was sitting here going, oh no, she's gonna get canceled, and like all of this anxiety, just because there's like the social media aspect of it, which is silly because I have like literally, like we're all small booktubers and like everyone's super supportive and stuff, but just like having watched other people get like blown up and get taken down immediately, it was just so much anxiety. It was so much anxiety, and I don't know, it just scares me so much. The internet scares me, so that added an extra source of anxiety here. The answer to the breakfast is coffee and watermelon and mango, which sounds incredible. Oh my god. My favorite thing that LA does here is tahini and mango. On the side of the road, everyone sells it. It's like mango and watermelon and a bunch cut up with tahini sauce sprinkled on it for like $1, and it's incredible. Did Emily take notes? I was like, I don't know what happens in this book, Carl. Oh. That's funny.
No, actually, that I just like said like off the top of my head, that was I forgot to take notes about this book, honestly.
We all did. So we're just spitballing this stream. Oh, Logan.
I have notes, but no, that doesn't help though, because the notes I take on books never make sense unless I've read them immediately. It's like stream of thought consciousness of like, okay, first note I read was, okay, the student debt roommates in a 1-bedroom, so one sleeps in the living room, is a fucking mood. I did that shit. Because I did do that. Because, okay, so like, April May, the main character, and her bisexual, she's bisexual. It's incredible. Her, kind of rhymed. Her like love interest / roommate, they like share a 1-bedroom, and like there's a bed in the living room and there's a bed in the bedroom. I did the platonic version of that when I first moved to LA because it's expensive, and that my bed and bedroom was the living room and my roommate's bedroom was the actual bedroom, and it was great because I slept 5 feet from the kitchen and also like a foot from the doorway. It was crazy. So it was a good time. Cart vendors who sell mangoes. Yes, literally. No, their food. Okay, I'm just going to derail this entire thing for this. The people that run the street vendors in California, the people that run like the street, like street tacos, street mangoes, and everything, are the most hardworking people in the world and arguably the best cooks in the world. The best taco I've ever had in my life has been on the side of the street for $1. Like, it is everything. I would sell my soul to these people in an instant. Yes, it's so good. It's so good. Thank you, Yasmin. No, I'm just projecting because I'm a narcissist. I wish. Same state. He's from Montana. I just found out. So yeah, again, narcissism.
He talks about it all the time.
I see. The problem is I knew John Green first, and then Hank Green I knew through TikTok. So I was like, wow, what a scientist. And then that's then someone.
Sorry. Speaking of Hank Green being a scientist, I just wanted to talk about how this book like combines 2 aspects of Hank Green's life like really well, like the science aspect. You had the scientist saying minerals and compounds and all that, and then you also had the social media aspect and kind of just like dealing with the fame. And I kept thinking about that while reading it. I was like, Hank, this is your book. Literally, you wrote it.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's also very quirky and unique, like he is too. It's I knew going into this it was going to be funny and a little bit different. I mean, yeah. So Dana just made a comment about Hank and John, and I think they are brothers, but I don't think you can really compare them in a way where like they're not really on the same playing field. Where like I feel like John's books really veer towards I've actually seen a lot of arguments because John Green kind of got like canceled a while ago because of the whole manic pixie dream girl thing. But then people were also like he was satirizing that trope. But whatever, that's like the whole thing. But I think Hank's book is very unique in a way the way that he like uses the language in it. And I think like the issues that he tackles are really different. John talks a lot more about like mental illness, and like he has a whole book revolving around a character with OCD and anxiety, and then he has a book about like depression and everything. And this really, we didn't struggle a lot with those things, even though like that doesn't mean that they don't exist in this world. But I feel like with the science and the fantasy elements to this, like it's very different than anything John has done. I definitely prefer Hank's book, and I can't wait to read the sequel, which I own for whatever reason.
I'm so excited. I have to buy it.
Sequel.
But yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah. Other things
Dana,
that we
this
think.
last comment, the whole, I mean, we'll get to this, but the whole part with the scientist woman, I think her name is Maya.
Yes.
Her.
And the Wikipedia, do we want to just go into it? Do we want to just like, we'll just, I feel like
talk about the, like, if the representation was good.
Y'all go first, because I have a rant, so y'all go first.
I don't know, because I think your rant like segues into like what we're saying. But okay, Emily, cool. Do you have any? I can't get words out, so Emily, you go first.
Oh, okay. I don't know. So I think the way that this book handles relationships overall was really well done. April May talks a lot about how she's dating her roommate, but even though they live in the same apartment, she's not ready to live with her, which is why she sleeps in the living room and her roommate sleeps in the bedroom. So she has this sort of thing where she wants to separate, like still be like a separate entity from this person that she's in a relationship with. And I thought that was really well done and interesting. And I think the way that relationships are viewed in the queer community are very different than how like most heteronormative relationships are viewed in TV and other media. So I think that was really cool to explore a bit more. And then also her relationship with Andy. She talks about how Andy used to have a crush on her, but now they're just friends, and talking about like guys and girls can just be friends, even if they are, you know, she is still bi. Like that relationship could be there. And then I guess this is kind of getting into spoilers, so sorry, but like she gets an assistant at one point who is a male identifying person as well, and she openly admits, I'm very attracted. I've read. I did my homework. You know, I'm very attracted to this person because at this point her and her girlfriend are kind of rocky terrain, and so we get a lot of that. I think it leans really close to the edge of this trope that like bisexuals are people who want to be with everyone, because she shows interest in like 5 different people in the book. She doesn't act on it, but I think it kind of is teeter-tottering on that line of the whole thing, like bisexuals are always looking for the next person and they like everyone, so anyone is, you know, could be the next person. But I also think Hank is bisexual, and, you know, this is still representative of the community, and it's not necessarily negative. It's just teeter-tottering on that trope just a little bit. Anyway.
I didn't know that Hank was bisexual, because I don't do research before we read these. But I, into my rant, I fucking loved the representation in this, specifically because it was positive, but it was also honest in that, like, I don't know about you guys, but at least for me, there's a lot of like, I don't know if it's like the effect of biphobia, of being constantly told that we don't exist, or like what's going on societally here. But there's a lot of like, because of that already, it's constantly a wake up of like, can I really trust myself in relationships? And therefore, like a lot of what like my relationship history, as we all know on these live streams, has been, you know, filled with great choices and all kinds of wonderful things, and a lot of like commitment issues, like they're, you know, caused because of just, you know, like a lack of like being able to like self-trust yourself there. And like April May is the poster child for like bi panic commitment issues of like, I, you know, I love you, but I also am not good at operating communication wise, and I'm not in a like mental space where I can communicate here. So I'm going to throw in something to completely change the subject and lighten the mood and take it away. And like, you know, her partner knows that, but her partner's also like, all right, here we go, you know, and just all of these different things that we like kind of play jump rope because of like the way that like we are, I don't know, just the way that we operate in society, I guess. And it's just like, I don't know, myself as a person. So I loved it. And I'm also pretty sure my poor sweet boyfriend can identify with her lover in this, because they get dragged through the ropes, and yeah, it's a good time. But anyway, yeah.
I hate being a bisexual stereotype. I hate it because April was like, really relatable.
Yeah.
Where she was like, with the assistant, where she was like, yeah.
You're like, damn it, he's hot. Not gonna go for it because conflict of interest, but damn it, he's hot.
Every time I read a book, I'm like, yeah, we shouldn't pull into this trope. We shouldn't do this. And then like 2 seconds later,
but I think it's an interesting discussion.
I completely agree. I was just pointing it out.
Yeah.
Like, I was just pointing out that was part of the representation in it. So.
Well, and I think it's like a good discussion in that like there's a difference between being tropey for the sake of tropey and actually creating a well-developed character in which it is the trope is supported and earned and realistic. And that's what I think this book is. You know, I personally think, I don't know about, you know,
I agree.
it like, that's why it's able to ride the line of like, if it was a little bit further and we knew a little bit less about April May's partner, then I would have called it out as vilifying bisexual people. But I think it was really well done in like like Hank Green really did a really good job of creating a slightly romantically toxic character that is like relatable enough for us all to be like, oh, I'm toxic that way too, you know? I don't know, or at least that was my experience reading this. It was like, shit, you know? I don't know. I keep swearing in front of your little brother, Kelsey. I'm sorry. Poor Brandon.
We're having a great live stream.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the
entertainment aspect? I think we should jump into.
Oh, well, so when so with the Carls, when the video goes viral, as Emily said, and like they you know, as what often happens when you get a viral video, immediately there's a bunch of interviews lined up and a bunch of PR stuff, and then also you have to plan how to continue to keep that that media attention and then make it your source of income. So April May and Andy get an agent and an entertainment lawyer, which I really appreciated that was thrown in there because that's never mentioned. Like entertainment lawyers do so much here. They do so much. I would argue that entertainment lawyers and casting directors own Los Angeles and the entirety of the film industries, and no one gives entertainment lawyers their credit.
Wait, was Andy's dad the entertainment lawyer?
Andy's dad is their entertainment lawyer, but exactly, but they get an agent, and the agent sits April May down in their like first like intake meeting, which is a common thing that you go to, and she says, so here is all of the things that we can use to our advantage, and here's all the things that we have to vet because they will be negatives when you're thrust in the public light. One of those is the fact that you are bisexual. The public is primed for a gay person. They love a lesbian. The public is primed for a straight person because that's the default. Nobody's good at dealing with bisexuals, so we have to make you pick. And I love that happened in this because that is a very real thing. That's something that happens. Like there is, I can list 4 or 5 celebrities that I actually like know just because of living in LA are actually bisexual, and their agents are keeping them either straight or gay because it's easier to create a public image that way. So it's been happening forever, and it's probably going to keep happening, sadly, for quite a while. What do you guys have on that rant? Sorry. It was interesting because like it's really biphobic, but I love that aspect of biphobia that is so subtly represented was represented here because it's not very often highlighted. It's more often people just saying we don't exist.
I literally saw a video today about Freddie Mercury and about how everyone is like, well, he was a gay icon. He's gay. He was gay. He loved this man. And they're like, no, he was bi. Like, he literally said this woman was the love of his life. And he was with her and like gave her his estate and most of his money when he died. And you're going to tell me that he wasn't in love with her? And like talking about even that kind of, like, it's been happening. And like people, I don't know. Anyway,
it's still happening. Like, even like when a famous like guy celebrity says that, oh, I could like guys too, everyone immediately like dubs him gay, even though like he is like in a relationship with a woman.
Joshua Bassett now.
That's what I was referencing. Yep.
I saw another video that was talking about how, does anyone else think about the fact that when women come out as bi, they think that they're straight but want to be different? Or when men come out as bi, everyone assumes that they're gay. And it's always centered around the fact that everyone's attracted to men.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I saw that TikTok as well. Or I don't know where it was from, but that's where I saw it was on TikTok. Yeah.
Just how like sexuality is centered around liking men. First.
Well, society in general is structured around, because the patriarchy fucking is awful. But there you go. Yasmin is.
It was a TikTok. I wish I had it and I would share it, but it's
yes, Yasmin. Yes, it is. It's a disease and we need to eradicate it. Keep going, Emily. Sorry, I cut you off.
Well, I think we should talk more about how that scene actually went, because it was like the agent was like, so I see that like you're kind of like talking to this woman. Like, is this like your girlfriend? And she was like, yeah. And the agent was like, okay, so you're gay. And she's like, well, no, I'm bisexual. And then the agent was like, no, you have to choose. And like, you have to be a lesbian. And like, she had to openly come out as a lesbian. Like, it wasn't like, okay, so like, we totally understand. And like, this is just how the world is. It was like, no, you have to be a lesbian. Like, it was.
Bye, Brandon. Thank you for coming.
Bye, Brandon.
You're the best.
Thank you. Jumping back, yes. Similarly, exactly.
I love it when that gets called out, because that's what happens in real life, where people just like assume, and you can be like, no.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are we delving into spoilers yet?
Do we want to jump into spoilers?
It's the same topic of the how April May is with the bisexuality in the entertainment.
So we're gonna go full spoilers, everyone.
It's a minor spoiler. So in the book, there's this guy who's like, oh, the Carls are evil. Why do you think they're good? And it turns into like kind of like a presidential debate where April May's arguing for the good of Carls and this guy is arguing for like the Carls are evil. And of course, like any debate, they start throwing personal life at you. And he just starts riling her up and she has to be like, I'm bisexual. And then he goes, then why didn't you say that to begin with? Why have you been telling everyone you're a lesbian? Why are you a liar? Why are you lying to everyone? And it's like her bisexuality is like very villainized, and she like that ruins the debate for her. And it raises the question, like, should the entertainment agent just have let her come out as bi? Why are they always targeting sexuality as a like an identity? I don't know what I'm saying.
Yes, I agree with you.
I'm so glad you guys got that.
Why is it anyone's business? Like and then also why
does the sexuality determine her knowledge on the subject?
Yes. It's like, I also on those debates, that was I don't think that Hank Green did this on purpose. This is probably just me, but those debates reminded me so much of, have you guys watched the debates where like, thank you, Yasmin. Sorry, I got distracted. Where like the Warrens, like Ed and Lorraine Warren from The Conjuring, have you guys watched the debates between them and the religious people? Because it's almost, there's one that is almost word for word. And like, I'm not going to get into like the Warrens and anything like that because it's a very different topic. But it's like just interesting how like public debates like that so fast once we realize, once it's established that there's factual differences that neither of them are going to concede to the other, they just immediately devolve into attacking each other personally. And like,
you can't attack your viewpoint, so you attack them.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it also like goes against all the rules of debating that we were taught in high school. Like I remember watching the first the first presidential debate I ever watched. I didn't pay attention to anything they said because I was sitting here going, he's breaking all the rules I was taught. He's a dick. And like, he won't even let her speak. Like, what the hell? This is ridiculous. Where's the moderator? Anyway,
This is throwing me back to 2020.
Not to talk about 2016. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to think about it anymore.
Me too. I was a mess.
So how do we want to form the rest of the stream? Do we want to go through the book? Do we want to just keep popcorn idea talking about things in the book that we liked?
Maybe go through the book because I don't remember a lot of it, but I know that when someone says it, I'm going to remember.
I'm going to go to my notes because I will only remember when cued by my notes because I read 4 books since this. So yeah. Just a little thing. So Hank Green describes the Carls, these like robotic things that appear as transformers. In my head, for some reason, that translated to the Iron Giant. So that's just where I've been. Yasmin has a question. What do you think of Maya? Maya is
the scientist.
Maya's not the scientist. Maya's
the significant other.
Oh, she's the girlfriend. Oh, sorry. Yes.
I agree, Yasmin.
And I think that because April was the central narrator.
Oh, Wilson, what is
Hi. Yeah.
Yes, sorry. I got the names of the
who is the scientist? I'm thinking of the Stephen King book club. It's not Christine.
That's so funny. I have it. Miranda.
Miranda.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I don't think we're supposed to side with April May. I don't think we're supposed to sympathize with her because even though we're following her as the protagonist, like she's super toxic. And I hate that word. She's not a great person, and like multiple times she like goes against her word, she ignores her girlfriend, and she chooses ultimately being in the limelight over this relationship that she had. And and I can kind of relate to this to an extent. I think April May has this like need for this like independence, and she's like, I want to do this and I'm finally like important. And like just being out of college at 23, like she's trying to like find her way. I don't think she went about it the right way though, and she kind of left her significant other who she's been seeing for like a while. No, I don't think it excuses it either. Sorry, I'm looking at Yasmin's comment. And I don't think it excuses what she does either. And
no,
as a person, I don't like April May, like whatsoever. Yeah. And I don't know if you're supposed to. I mean, I related to her in some aspects, but every time she just did something stupid, I was just like, why? And ultimately, Maya, honestly, like if she was on like an alignment chart, she'd be like true good or whatever. Like, yeah, she sticks with April May through everything. And I mean, honestly, part of me is like, she should have left her. Like, and just, I mean, she kind of does for a while.
She does stand up for herself. Yeah.
Full spoilers, like they have this whole like dream thing where the whole human race has to like solve this puzzle together, right? And Maya ends up being a huge contributor to this. She's super smart and she's amazing. And she, even though April May was an absolute dick to her, she still helps the group and like teams up with them again. And I just like, oh, she's amazing.
I agree. I did. Yes,
Yeah.
same, Yasmin.
Yep.
Same. Yeah.
Same.
Yep. Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, I am there. Because I'm like, yes, Maya is a god. I have a complicated relationship in that I wouldn't say that I like April May as a character, but I really relate to her. And that also was a huge source of anxiety for me in this book, is that a lot of the things that I know I need to work on about myself are represented in April May. When I'm like,
she's very
oh
flawed.
God.
She's a very flawed character. I think they all are in their own ways.
Oh, totally. But Maya, I loved how just incredible Maya was at like communication and being able to like pick up on like April May's, like all of the stuff going on with April May and be like, okay, so I'm gonna sit through. I understand that you're diverting the subject and I'm not gonna push. But then also Maya like stood her ground. Maya eventually was like, yo, I can't. I really can't. I have to do what's best for me at the end of the day. I also like that, spoilers, when like everyone's, because part of the puzzle that the human race has to solve eventually, like it like was started in like little chemical compounds that are like were coded through typos in a Wikipedia article. And I love that Maya was heading her own like group on the internet that was like solving puzzles and was ahead of April May after they broke up. And then she was like,
speaking of the Wikipedia articles, I didn't notice the typos when reading. It wasn't until
Me neither.
Me either. Same.
Zero reading comprehension here. And wait, that's actually really cool how it's in multiple perspectives. Like we get multiple POVs in the second book.
I want Maya's. I also,
on a Hank Green TikTok, he says that in the second book we find out why it's grape jelly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we gotta read the second book now.
We have to read the second book now for the Book Club.
Now.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should add that to the book club TBR.
Also,
I just realized
we should. Also,
should, yeah.
Speaking of Maya, though, like on the topic of her, I had a very different relationship with her compared to you two, because I think since April May was our central narrator, I didn't understand or grasp the gist of their relationship because April was just so disconnected from it that I didn't really like view her and Maya as a couple, and I didn't really see much of Maya's personality. It wasn't until like April was like famous, like blown up, all this stuff where you see April, like Maya's texts, and that they're all unread, and you can see how she actually cares about her. And then when she starts solving puzzles for her, I was like,
I can totally see. Oh, excuse me. I can totally see that. Sorry, I don't know what's happening. It's fine. But yeah, no, I that's interesting. I don't know. I love that idea that you were like very clued in on that, because I have a problem often when reading like books like this, that I'm like, I love everyone except the narrator. Like, and the same problem with Kaz Brecker.
I was about to say you and Kaz.
Literally, I love everyone in the Six of Crows duology. I only like Kaz because of his relationship with other people. If he didn't have an edge, I think he would be boring.
No, but that reread, his POVs hit different. I don't know what it was.
Yes. Okay. To answer, I think that Yasmin, look at you giving us talking points and keeping us on topic. Thank you. I need you. Even when you're not on the live stream, you're the adult in the conversation. We are.
I love Yasmin.
Literally, Yasmin, you're my light in my life. But you're the reason I'm on the internet. I think they will get back together, but I also think that Maya deserves better, so I know that I will be mad when they get back together.
Well, now I'm sitting here thinking, okay, full spoiler here. I guess she mentions it in the first chapter, but like, she dead. Like, they think she's dead.
Yeah, they think that she's...
Knock, knock.
Oh, well, right.
Knock, knock. Yeah.
But I'm also like, okay, like, but if you were Maya, and she was like, hey, I'm here, I'd be like, exactly.
No,
I'd be like,
my thing is My thing is an only mostly devastated thing, tying it back to our previous book, Only Mostly Devastated. I like the idea of them working on themselves before getting in a relationship. So I don't want them to get back together unless April May has this big development.
Yes. Yes, I agree with you. No, yeah, but with the Only Mostly Devastated, they need to get together. If April May works on herself, huh?
When did we read that?
I don't remember our last book.
Because then we had My Lady's Choosing.
Wait,
and
we
had My
read
Lady's Choosing, and then we had.
No, we didn't.
No, What did we read in April?
No.
I'm going down my bookshelf because I have
I'm
everything
going to the Bookstagram.
Hold on.
Any Bi Book Club fans know what we read?
This is so sad.
February.
Oh, the Swede.
The Swede. I liked that book. Why can't I remember that?
Even Hugo remembered.
Hugo's got his shit together. That's funny.
Wow.
Oh,
it was fun. It's on one of our channels if you want to watch it.
It's on my channel. I always forget we did that. Swede was forgettable. But
I forgot about the Swede.
I enjoyed it, but I forget that we did it for this because it's a lot, honestly.
So back to an absolutely remarkable thing.
Absolutely remarkable. What are we? Hugo, yes, he's good. Hugo keeps us on track.
You don't remember how to pronounce your name.
Isn't it? I'm not gonna try right now. I'm sorry. I will try. I promise that I owe you that, if nothing else, because you started a TikTok for me. Anyway, what are we? Absolutely remarkable thing.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I didn't say anything.
Emily didn't. She stayed silent. She watched us do it.
I think Hugo's the coolest.
Hugo.
Buddy read champions over here.
Yes.
Hugo. I know. We've been making an effort because it is the only thing that motivates me to finish a book, is if I know that Hugo's waiting for me to finish it.
That's so funny. That is so funny. Honestly, Hugo is the mustache that launched 1,000 ships.
I know. Well, I'm like, every time he's reading a book that I'm like, oh, I need to read that anyway. I'm like, okay, let me join. I'm reading this too. So.
You guys inspire me to books and to inspire me to buy books, but you haven't inspired me to read things yet. And that I've bought all of Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn trilogy because you keep telling me to read it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I just keep reading other things.
It's very different from what you normally read, so I'm actually quite interested to hear your thoughts. Anyway,
back to Hank Green, our king.
I'm harassing for Crooked Kingdom, Emily, but we'll do that later.
I'm gonna harass you for Crooked Kingdom later. Anyway,
the live ends and it's just us bullying Emily.
Just us pressuring her. Exactly. Thank you. I have 4 books to get through. Just because okay. It's always back to you, Hugo, in the end.
For you now.
Yes, exactly. I promised Mayor that I would read a couple of books, and I also promised Katie I would read a couple of books, and then afterwards, Yasmin, you own me, so I will.
Yasmin,
for you.
I'm almost halfway done with Warbreaker, and let me tell you, I have some thoughts.
Oh my god.
Yasmin, I got skullduggery on my dresser. It's ready. It's ready to go.
Yasmin, you own the Bi Book Club, just so you know.
Yasmin and Hugo. It's
Yasmin and Hugo.
They're like our parents.
They really are. Yasmin and Hugo own us. Mara and Katie are kind of our cool aunts in that like they're still the adults in the room, but they're like
but know who really owns the Bi Book Club? Hank Green and Barbara D.
Hank Green and Barbara D.
Throwing it back to Hank.
Back to Hank.
They're like our grandparents. They're like
they are our grandparents. Yes, truly. Okay. So, what are we talking about?
Yasmin, I do not hate it. I will talk about it later.
Okay. I wrote.
Wait, Logan, highlight the beef. I'm sorry. I like drama.
The beef. Barbara is my queen.
No.
Damn. All right.
Hugo has never missed a stream.
Hugo is the ultimate.
Dang.
Hugo is the ultimate. Mm-hmm. Hugo's the Buy Book Club's biggest fan. What were we talking about?
Hank Green, you were reading in notes, and then I wanted drama to start.
I really liked that the president was a woman, and I like that. I mean, it was like the president's a woman, 5 stars. The president is also just like,
no, Dana, I love you.
Dana, you're not neglectful, Dana. I think the dynamic is that you live out of state, so you see us every day, but like we FaceTime. Like, is me. You're also I owe like probably 200 subscribers to you, Dana. Like that Valentine's Day thing is literally the only reason I have a following.
Speaking of female president, I'm sorry. When we had Madam President, when we had that, my first thought was red, white, and royal blue, Claremont Diaz. And I was like, are these in the same universe?
They are.
How would Alex and Henry react to the Carls?
Yes.
How would that?
They're just trying to stay out of the public eye, but I also think Alex and yes, Madeline.
Yeah.
I think Alex and Henry. That was his name, right? Henry.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Henry, my king. Henry, the love of my life.
I think they went really late one night and they what is it called? Vandalized, and they took like weird pictures in front of him or something. Like that just seems like something Alex would do, right? Like he's a little sassy.
Yes.
He's a little.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of where my mind went.
Yes. I think that they went on a date to New York. They met in New York in the middle of it. And then Henry wanted to have like a kind, respectful day out. And Alex was like, hold on, I'm gonna derail this. Mm-hmm. And then I think that similarly to the Hollywood Carl's hand, there was some sort of interaction in the hand, but we won't get it until the sequel. So
Alex meeting April May would terrify me, honestly. I feel like Alex would watch like her video and be like, Henry, we gotta invite this girl to the White House.
Yes. And Nora would jump in and be like, y'all's manager is doing some shady stuff here. I've got you right now.
Nora and April May.
Nora and April May. This is my new headcanon chip. I'm sorry. What do we think of Miranda and April? Actually, were it not involving cheating, I would so ship it. It didn't really involve cheating, actually.
It wasn't cheating. They were broken up.
My problem is, my problem is that it's something I would do. But Nora's from Red, White, and Royal Blue. We're shipping across fandoms now. Because we are multitaskers. Anyway.
Wait, we should totally do that. Like,
it wasn't cheating, but I'm
sorry.
We should do that for a live stream. That's a great idea.
In my opinion.
Okay, it felt weird because there's a bit of like an employer calling dynamic where I was we got a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was the fact that, again, but that's something that we address, is that we address, I forget who calls April out. It was probably Maya. She's like, these people idolize you. And it kind of shows the power imbalance and how when you're famous, you can kind of get away with anything just because people put you on a pedestal. Yeah. And we talk about like the moral implications of all that. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like it either, but I think it did open the door to a good conversation.
And this whole Andy thing too. I think I think, and that's I think why I felt like it was teeter-tottering on that weird trope stereotype, because I feel like she knew, and she like was feeling this power that she had over these people and like in the public. And I don't know, even though that her and Maya were kind of off seas for a while, like it didn't feel like they were. Does that make sense? Oh,
see, I thought they were fully broken up. I didn't think they were going to get back together.
I thought they were done, but that's because I always felt a disconnect.
Oh, no, true. I have like an inability to break emotional ties. And so
See, in my mind, I'm like, they're done. It's in the past. No one can go back. Just because that's how I am with real relationships, is I block all of my exes immediately. It's really bad. It's probably toxic. But there you go. There you go. You gotta keep up
I'm
with
sorry,
the streams.
Emily.
Thank
That just like
you.
played into you being like nicer, not nicer. Yeah, nicer
Yeah,
than me. Because Logan and I are like, let's bully Hugo. Woo! Break these emotional
Yeah.
ties.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And like even like further into that in the toxic trait things, like not to get too like deep here, but like I have totally had some interactions where I have been like the toxic friend that was like, I know, like when I was an asshole when I was 19. I'm just gonna say that right here. I was an asshole when I was 19. And I have fully known that like my friend had a thing for a friend and then said other person was flirting with me. So I was like, I'm gonna flirt back, which is an awful thing to do, but it does happen in life. And it's kind of cool that that she was represented for being, again, not someone that we're supposed to like, someone that we're supposed to look at and go, I do that too. I need to stop that,
Oh my God, wait, I know what we're talking about. I'm sorry. I completely forgot that Andy had a crush on Miranda.
Yeah,
Jasmine,
exactly.
that was so funny. I started laughing.
Was the toxic friend. I am. I was. I'm no longer, now I'm the drunk aunt, but we've evolved a lot since 19. Hopefully, I hope, God. Anyway,
I didn't know you back then, so I wouldn't know.
Shit. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. It was like the end of 19 and beginning of 20 when we met. There we go. Wow. What a time. Anyway, okay, let's go. But anyway, back to that whole thing. April May and Miranda. Yeah, I think it was yes, there we go. I think it was I don't get the crush drama, so yeah, true. There is a bit of like a, I don't know. Yeah, it's a fine line to walk there, Dana. I agree.
Yeah, she made another comment too.
Where not R.I.P. Hugo.
No, it's right above Madeline's.
Above Madeline's.
It's all right.
Hold on. I keep highlighting the wrong comment
because
I can't mad. Flirting, being a whole. I don't know. That's fair. Oh, yeah, true. No, yeah, there's actually, that's a very important point to make, is that like human beings are human beings, and like you can, where's the boundary between like people being, respectfully being like, oh, my friend has voiced this, and then also just like picking up on it, but also like humans are humans. Nobody has any claim or ownership towards anyone. And once you verge on the I own them, I would say even in committed relationships, once you verge on the this is my territory, it gets toxic. And like it's a fine line to walk there, where you go between, I don't know, it's a fine line to walk there. Lots to unpack in therapy. Anyway, yeah, but that's a good point, Dana. So yeah, thank you for making that. Anyway, what are we? Thank you. Yes. I may be getting drunk after this.
Jasmine talked about April and Maya's dynamic, and I do agree, but also we didn't get to see them in their relationship, because the book starts when she finds Carl. So we see April and Maya interacting with the aftermath of that. And I don't know. April was just already disconnected from all her relationships once this happened. So we didn't get to see it in action.
Yeah. I agree. Go for it.
I think every character in this book has flaws, and I think Maya wants something from April May that she can't have, and that's control.
Yeah.
And I think April May also wants this like independence and control over the relationship as well, and her relationships with other people. And I think like part of it is that Maya just genuinely cares about and is worried about April, and I don't think I can blame her for being like, hey, you said you wanted to talk and it's been days and you have yet to call me or text me, like, where are you?
Yeah.
I think like where was I going with this? the way that she talks to her in the apartment in the beginning. I can't remember how that conversation went, but
I don't remember this.
I feel like also part of it was kind of like a power shift, where she was just kind of like, well, just listen to me and you should do this because you should do it. And she was like, I don't want to. And I'm being very vague right now because I can't remember exactly what. I think it was about her like moving into the bedroom with her instead of sleeping in the living room. And I don't know. I think they work in some ways and in some ways they don't. And I think that's true of every relationship. And I just think like they weren't at the point where they were able to work out those things. And, you know, maybe they will in the second book, or maybe they won't and they're better as friends.
Definitely. I also liked I like the representation of Andy and April May having like had a slight thing and then become friends, because that's something that happens a lot. I know it happens in every community, but it happens a lot in bisexual life. Like I have a lot of, well, I don't talk to very many of my exes. I have a lot of friends that I made that like we had like a slight thing for each other and then went on one date and then just became good friends. And then like it's like way better as friends, you know, that sort of thing. It's just like I think it's like a thing that happens. Hello, welcome. But yeah, I think it's that sort of, I enjoy that was here because you don't often see that in books, I don't think. Yeah. What else do y'all want to
we should talk about the ending. We haven't talked about that, where she was kind of pranked. Oh wait, sorry, before we get to that, I had one question. Why was April so adamant about the Carls being good? There was no like middle ground, because I feel like the majority of the population, I don't know, would be like, let's be cautious about this, but also not like do anything too rash. But in the book, it was either the Carls are here to save humanity or they're here to destroy it. Why was April so like for the good of the Carls? What prompted that? Because that's like what I was asking.
I think it was the introduction of the guy saying that they were evil. Well, okay, actually, I think this has multiple layers to it. I think, first of all, when she saw them, right, and she was like, this is beautiful, this is art. And I, as an artist and someone who loves art, recognizes the beauty within this, right? I think that might be the first thing. And then I think she's like, well, this is a really good thing because now I'm famous and I'm getting these interviews and people think I'm important. And then I also think from that, she has this guy opposing her saying that they're evil. And she's like, well, there's no reason for you to think that they're evil. They're just chilling. Like there's nothing going on. You know, part of it is she's like, you have no reason to believe that they're evil. And I think when someone not opposes you, but even just accuses you or has sort of like conflicting thoughts about something that you see as either neutral or maybe good, it brings out in you your like want to justify and, you know, see the good in it. And I think that's a big part of it. I think part of it is that she was pressured to through media to be speaking about it a certain way. Like her whole platform became about seeing the Carls in a good light. And the more that this other group hated on it, the more she needed to be like, no, we need to fight back against it. There's no way that, you know. And I think, I mean, it kind of brings us to the point of like how we have extremists in anything. You know, they're opposed about something that they're passionate about or that is a big part of their life, and then they feel like they need to defend themselves, and, you know, rightfully so, or anything like that. And I think it just grows and grows and grows. At least in this situation it did, especially with the add-on social media, which is a theme throughout the book.
She had a lot of pressure to stay relevant, especially when it started to leave the news cycle.
To stay relevant, because it became her source of income and her livelihood, and she needed people to support her. And then with the whole dream thing, and that kind of came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. I knew it was sci-fi, but I wasn't ready for the dreams.
Yeah.
I think the whole dream thing with it too, and the whole idea of like, I think the moment that this book really like made it a 5-star read for me, I think, was when they were talking about how the different puzzles you have to solve, like you have to work with people from other places, like it's in different languages, the equations are, you know, very specific, and you have to be with someone who's this height, or, you know, whatever. And I think like just the idea of people have like being forced to come together to solve these problems. I don't know, there was something about it.
No, I love stories about like humanity and how we can like how it's flawed, but it's also, there's a beautiful thing in like humanity working together, and that was kind of why the Carls were there, right?
Yes,
I agree. Yeah.
I loved that it was sci-fi in a lot of ways, but there was a lot of, you know, leeway that Hank took with it, because he is a scientist, and, you know, we'd have the whole thing with like the chemicals and the periodic table and like the code that it was in, like that was so smart.
It was so brilliant.
It was so Hank.
It was
very. It was very Hank.
It really was. And then, but then bringing in like the fantasy element of like the dreams, but like in the dreams, it was still realistic in the point where it's like you're solving puzzles, like you're doing logic, you're using logic and solving these problems. Yeah, I thought that was like the coolest thing.
I on the Carls, do we want to like fully spoiler? I like that we don't. I get that there's a sequel, so I know it was left open-ended for that. I like that we don't ever actually get an actual what are they here for moment. We don't ever actually get like a full like this is what is happening, you know. I just love that. I really love open-ended stuff, and it, because that's often how life is, and it really made me happy that it wasn't like fully outlaid, that it was more of like the trap and like it, and you know, the way that it did end. I also like that we switched POV at the very end of it. That made me, just the fact that we switched POV, I cried. I saw Andy's name and I just started sobbing because I knew what was going to happen. It was like,
yeah,
disgust.
No,
I don't
on the
know.
Carls, it was weird seeing a nice, like, oh, they didn't do anything to destroy humanity. That was weird because in sci-fi, when you have a bunch of robots land in major cities, everything goes wrong. Yeah, not here. So
I thought something really interesting was one of the big themes was that like these aliens are a threat and are harmful, but all the bad things that happen in this book are 100% from humans.
Yeah,
I love that.
100%, and it's all from like the drama surrounding it, but the aliens never did anything. And like, so full spoiler, like April gets attacked multiple times. You know, she gets shot at one point, and she gets stabbed. You know, berated. She gets stabbed.
Her apartment gets bombed. Like there's a bomb that goes off that like shatters the windows of her apartment complex.
Yeah, and she like at the end, you know, they think that they've made this big reveal, like this is going to be the end. We figured it out. We know what they want from us, and it ends up being a sort of prank to kill her, basically. And they succeed, although they tell you that she's dead in the first chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the first things she says.
No.
That's funny.
Going to Amazon, I'm reading the first chapter. they still do like no, stop.
But yeah, like, and all of these things are done by other humans through like the hysteria. And I think I mean, it's interesting because we have this dichotomy between humans are working together, right? And like we are able to overcome all of these things, these horrible issues. And then at the same time, we are also the thing that ultimately leads to our own destruction as a society.
Well, they never found the body, right? The Carls I'm assuming the Carls zapped her up because they never found the bodies. So I'm guessing the Carls must have been like, yo, alien medicine. I don't know if that's true, but that's what my brain said. The second book is only told in perspectives of Maya and Andy. Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. I want to read this so bad. I
think I assumed that it was like told like after she was like old age, like a little memoir, like after she was famous. Maybe, I don't know.
True. True. Actually, I did for a while when she mentioned that it was a memoir. I assumed that that's what she was what we were reading, the memoir that she wrote.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just wonder how, because the last chapter when she's not like writing down what's happening, she was live streaming what as she dies, which is quite a commentary on internet culture, and that she just, as this is happening, she was going live on her phone. She was still live the whole time. Like, that is a lot.
Traumatizing for people watching too. Like, damn. And also, like the things that social media has given us access to. I mean, in good ways and bad, right? Like, we've never been more connected as a society, but also like, anyway.
No, keep going. I enjoy what you're saying. I just highlight a comment. Sorry. What were you saying though? Just like what social media is.
That was pretty much it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Social media. I mean, it's a big theme in this book, right? Like how media has given us the ability to unite, and also has given us all platforms to hate and cause violence. And like, there's never been a time where you have like where everything's out there, right? Like, in good and bad, right?
No, I agree with that. I also think that it was an interesting, Perry, and do you think, because I think that just with the current culture of like the internet, and like how we're all, the internet is making a very good, I think, approach to hold people accountable for things, and like hold like people to a higher standard. I think that Hank Green was my only disconnect here. Was I think Hank Green was very lenient with April May on what she did on the internet, and I, specifically because the internet is misogynist, I'm not sure that I think that she would have stayed relevant as long. I feel like she would have been canceled because there's misogynists all over the internet. What do you guys think? Because I'm a white male, so I don't have the, what do you think?
I'm surprised she didn't get more hate comments about everything she did.
Especially we never got any like say on her gender, which definitely, again, like you said, Logan, would have been a factor. People would have discounted everything she said, especially since, again, because I was asking this question, it would have become a big thing. I was like, why are you the poster child for the Carls when you don't have a science background? Why do you get to dictate what they do? Why are you out here like putting minerals on stuff? But yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, just because she was the one who discovered it and they made that video, like, she became the face of it all. But like, she really, to be fair, like, had no business doing anything that she did.
True. Arguably, Miranda arguably is the one that should be credited.
She, like, if anyone, and like Andy got really pushed to the side. And honestly, I'm surprised he wasn't pulled in more.
Me
that
too.
Wasn't a conflict.
Well, he actually, especially for his dad being the entertainment lawyer in charge of it, you would have thought that his dad would have gotten a better deal for him. Honestly, I was like, damn. No, exactly. Women on the internet get it, like, constantly. At least what I see, it's constantly these awful trolls being awful to people. Like, I can't decide what, I don't know whether I enjoy that or not. I would love that if that was real. Please, let's work on this. Yes.
That's my headcanon now.
No, but you're completely right. Like one time, like my brother literally, who has seen like maybe 2 shows, like theater shows in his whole life, tried to explain to me how an audition worked one time.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, I have a degree in musical theater.
It's literally your job.
I graduated summa cum laude. You need to sit down.
Exactly.
Get out.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but that's
speaking of fields, I'm a journalism major, so seeing like the broadcast elements of this book come into play was really interesting. And I was like, why aren't you going into broadcast, April? Why are you trying to go into science? Because I feel like that would have been the next natural step, because she started as like a hi, I'm April May thing.
Yes, it does. Amen. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh, no, and because of that aspect of it, you guys already have your dream roles from our books. I want to be a Carl. I'm gonna become very, very, very famous, and Hank Green's gonna be my best friend. And I'm like, Hank, put me in a Carl suit. And that's gonna be my theatrical debut.
Can you cosplay as one of them? Can we get like a...
Can you be? Oh my god. Okay, one of us needs to be April May. One of us needs to be Carl, and the other one has to be Carl's hand. Hollywood Carl's hand. Yeah.
Wait, now I kind of want to be the hand. I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
Let me save you money on CGI, Hank, and I'll crawl into that hand and I'll start doing my thing.
Oh my god.
That'll be my only film credit. I'll fly out to LA for it.
Hollywood Carl's hand. On your IMDb page.
I'll never do another project.
Yes.
Okay, no, Carl hand a talk show. I'm sorry. Carl's talk show. I'll use my broadcast degree for that.
Arc in this book is larger than April's.
He becomes a magician.
He literally, Carl's hand is like the new Ellen DeGeneres in my head. Like, this is who we're giving the talk show host the talk show to. This is what we should.
Are we going to talk about his character arc? He went from nothing to literally saving the day. Like, no one has a character arc. No one.
Literally
I know you're talking about him saving
her
the day.
From danger.
Oh my, I forgot he took a bullet for her. My whole thought.
Literally did.
I thought of the magician. I just remember him running into the magician's place. And April May tried to be like a celebrity. Like, do you know who I am? Let me in here. And he's like, guests only. And Carl will say, I got through.
Although I will say, that's a very fucking accurate representation of Los Angeles. In that not only do they not give a shit who you are or what you've done here, but they will immediately, like, if it's like some like incredible like cosplay or like something weird happening, like, because we've got all these, you know, we've got Hollywood Boulevard, we've got everything weird happens every day. I saw a unicyclist on the highway yesterday. Like, it's just normal. And like that happens. If I would not, if I were in that club, I would question more April May being there, being like, who is she? She doesn't pay here. Than if I saw Carl's hand walking into it. I would be like, oh, it's a hand. That's normal. Like, that's so real. It's weird how real that is. Anyway.
I'm going to tweet Hank. He needs to hear this pitch. I'm sorry.
Yes, Hank needs to, yes. At one point, Carl's hand literally disappears. Exactly. But you know, back to the taking a bullet for him thing. Yeah, literally, like, it saves her, scoops her up in his hand of love, and it makes me happy. I don't know.
Well, they tell us. So Carl is 10 feet tall. So whatever a hand size for a 10-foot foot tall person would be.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my question. How does the hand get into April May's couch?
Great question.
Magic, science,
aliens.
And how is April May not figure that out?
She is too obsessed with social media.
Honestly, yeah, she's just on Twitter the whole time.
You're right.
That checks out. She wouldn't notice.
You're right.
The aliens
she didn't notice Wikipedia typos.
They're right, yeah. The aliens are like, we could have beamed her in like Star Trek style, or like beamed the hand in that way, but like honestly, she's like stuck on TikTok, so we can just like he'll just walk in the front door. It'll be fine.
Could you
Like,
imagine April May with a TikTok?
Eventually, they find out that the hand was like in her couch cushion.
yeah.
How messed up is
like,
that?
I don't know.
I missed that.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Yeah, he was in her couch cushion. Mm-hmm. It's terrifying. Just think of all the things that are probably alive in your couch cushions right now, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I don't know where that's going. It's fine. It's fine. Sometimes the rabbit holes work. Sometimes they don't. What else do we want to reveal stuff through her own tweets?
Yes.
I really thought that you're welcome. That girl is tiring. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bully Logan.
Yes,
bully
I
Logan,
deserve it, honestly.
Logan,
I deserve it.
Logan,
I deserve it.
Logan.
Yeah, but the I deserve it. On this, that's where I often thought that she was gonna get canceled, is like there's national security things that she's just tweeting about that I'm like, how have the FBI not thrown an NDA on you or something? Like, what the hell? You know?
Like, she is single. Sorry, I was.
Yes, we are.
Silent, yeah.
We all went to the comments immediately. I agree with that. I think it's time.
Are we going to talk about how, like...
I love you, Yasmin.
April May, like, single-handedly was like, okay, guys, I know the Carl is roped off at this, I can't remember what city in China it was, but I need all of you to go put this medal on his hand right now. And they were like, yeah. And then like people could have died, or like if like they like upset them enough, like the power that this girl had for no reason.
Yeah, like literally, like you said, people could have died because they were like, there was like in Paris and China, like there were guards, like armed guards, like they could have been shot. That being said, though,
that is also a really, really great point.
That's true.
Also, we didn't even talk about like the intersectionality of her relationship with Maya, and Maya being Black, and like that whole thing. Like we could definitely like go into that power dynamic, but I feel like it's not my place to like speak on. But like that is a whole other thing that I'm at least glad Hank touches on.
Definitely.
Intersectionality is my favorite thing.
Me too. I agree.
President was way too nice to April. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about how national security. She was giving she was spilling every secret.
Yeah.
To everyone about the Carls, and didn't even think it never crossed her mind that they could have been hostile. Just approach it with some caution.
Yeah, I agree. I will say though, on that though, from the followers' perspective, if anyone in this comment section told me to go put gold and uranium next to a Carl and face armed guards for it, I would, because
honestly,
in
prison.
Honestly, I think they could have arrested her.
Yeah, they could have arrested her.
They could have arrested her day 2.
They probably should have.
After her horrible interview where she was rude to that interviewer on national television.
That
was she acted like she didn't care what was happening, but then it became her entire personality.
Yeah, literally. It became that was the one thing that I also Thank you.
Congrats, congrats on 300 subs.
I'm gonna derail this for a second. Thank you. Thank you. I love all of you. You're my favorite people. Thank you. Please keep watching. But you're in my entire social life. Ask my roommate. But I agree with. Oh no, say what you said again. It's gone. We were talking about.
Someone rewind the live.
We were talking about
she should be
she
arrested.
should have been arrested.
Day 2. She was rude to the interviewer. Rude to the interviewer.
And it
became her whole personality.
Got it. Okay, it became her whole personality. That was an interesting, like, it's real. It's real.
Don't lose your thought.
An interesting dynamic in that, like, I don't know. That was another thing I had the problem is like, I did get mad at her, but also identify with her, and that oftentimes, especially when I was like a little bit younger, like I would like, because something was popular, I would make not liking it a personality trait because it was popular. And I was like, why, how can we, like, why, I don't know, it made me a little bit mad that I was like, you're pushing it a little bit too far and being just awful to these people that are literally paying you to be here. That's another reason why I thought she would have been canceled, is I don't think that she would have been like, I don't think she would have been. No, people wouldn't have been here for that, because right now we're in a time where it's very much people are like, no, you should, not liking something because it's popular or being rude to someone because they're giving you attention isn't a personality trait. It's being mean. Exactly.
Yeah.
YouTube is homophobic. Oh, actually, yeah. Yes, actually, yeah. That's fun fact. If I ever don't reply to a comment that you post in my thing, is fun fact, YouTube Studio still shows it to me, but it doesn't let me reply. But YouTube, the app, doesn't show it to me if you put the word queer in it, because YouTube still sees queer as a slur. So there's like a lot of comments that people have said, like queer representation or stuff, that I at least, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not able to reply to it, because the reply, it doesn't let you reply on YouTube Studio, and it doesn't even show up on the YouTube notifications.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it's I don't know. Yeah, it's because they still have it listed as a slur. But in the comments specifically, I don't know why. Anyway, but what were we talking about? Oh, being rude to interviewers.
I just could never see myself saying or doing anything that she did. I was
I would cry. Going back to my journalism degree, I have to interview people like a lot. And if anyone did to me what April May did to everyone else, I would cry.
Honestly, after she was rude to the interview, I'm surprised that wasn't the beginning of the end.
Yeah,
right?
Same.
It blew her up.
How, well, speaking, go further into that, I want to know, like, as far as like what Hank Green did in like the business of interviewing, is that like accurate? Because I don't know. Like, do you?
Honestly, I have really bad reading comprehension, so I probably missed a lot of like the and also that was like big like TV interviews. I don't do that, but she was rude to the first time, because they were asking her questions about her experience with Carl, because she like broke the story. And basically, when you're interviewing, you just got to keep pressing questions. I don't know. They had a live audience, so that was very different.
Also, they get, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but at least from what I've been told with talk shows and such, you get a pre-ordered list that they stick to of questions that they're given. Like, she would have known that was coming. Therefore, like, I don't think
she did say that they gave her a list of things that they were going to ask her.
I don't remember that. So, okay, cool. I'm glad that was.
Why do I remember so much about this book? I could not tell you the plot of like Mostly Devastated or whatever that is.
The exact same thing. I was like, I don't know the plot.
But I remember like everything that happened in this book for no reason. Sorry.
It's the Carls. They're planting in your head.
But my first name was Carlton.
And that's why he's CJ.
CJ's name is Carlton Jr. Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
That's precious.
Thank you.
You need to do the cat book tag. I'm gonna bully you.
I am. I was also tagged in it, so I will be. Oh my god! Now he's saying tag correctly. Who am I?
Wow! Oh my god! Are you moving away from Wisconsin? What?
No, I'm like a level 3 now. That was character development.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. When he said moving away from Wisconsin, I was like, Sunny with a chance. Is that Emily?
Oh, never mind. I don't want to say what I was gonna say. But yeah, no, I can't. No, I can't. I'll text it to you later.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, but like Sunny with a Chance is all stereotypes, but like it's real. Like
I haven't seen it in so long.
June
I haven't
is
seen it in
dairy
years.
month, and I literally live a quarter of a mile away from a dairy, and like they do like 25-cent ice cream cones and like
I'm
deals
lactose
on
intolerant, but I'm there. I'm coming.
Anyway, so everyone come to Wisconsin for Dairy Month. Happy June.
Yes. Mhm.
Pride Month? I only know Dairy Month.
I only know Dairy Month.
Although honestly, Dairy Month and Pride Month being the same month is homophobic, given how many queer people are lactose intolerant.
Intersectionality. Here we are. That's oh my god.
Anyway.
Oh, holy shit.
Anything else about this book?
Good question.
If you are here and you haven't read it, you need
yeah. Also, April, like, sorry, I'm wrapping it up. April died in a really violent way. I flinched. I was like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the knock knock. I'm very excited to read the second one. Those are my final thoughts. I need to read the second one.
Same. I need to read the second one.
Mine is packed away right now, and I wish I had it. It's packed away in a storage unit, far away from my house. So I will find it. So anyway.
She did. I don't understand how she's back. Why?
It could be like a consciousness thing, because the Carls already have access to the human consciousness through dreams. So maybe they like took April's and put her in Carl's hand, and now they do stand-up comedy and magic together.
Maybe they put her in a different body. Maybe she's a Carl.
I was gonna say she's haunting Robin, but I like the idea of her being Carl better.
Robin. I'm sorry.
I love Robin. He was such a good assistant. Assistants don't get enough attention. That's hard work.
I had a little crush. It was sad.
He did so good. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah. Do we want announcement corners? What do we want to do?
Let's
Shall
talk
we move
about
to
our June book?
Yeah, let's do it. Take it away.
Emily, you take it away. You have the synopsis.
All right. So, oh god.
No, Robin was such a cutie. I pictured him like Hollywood dreams.
I pictured Robin. I thought Robin literally looked like Opie from Leave It to Beaver, like redheaded, tall. I don't know. That's just who I pictured. I don't know why. Anyway,
I also really loved Robin.
What did Robin actually look like? Was there a physical description there? Because I'm bad at that.
I don't remember. I cast people I know in every book I read, so.
Take it away.
Oh, okay, sorry. So as the resident synopsis giver or whatever my title is. The only reason I'm in this club. So we decided next month to read The Wicker King by, is it Ancrum?
K. Ancrum.
K. Ancrum. It is rated 4.05 stars on Goodreads. We were between a few things, and this is kind of what we ended up landing on. So I'm going to read the synopsis real quick. It's pretty short. When August learns that his best friend Jack shows signs of degenerative hallucinatory disorder, he is determined to help Jack cope. Jack's vivid and long-term visions take the form of an elaborate fantasy world layered over our own, a world ruled by the Wicker King. As Jack leads them on a quest to fulfill a dark prophecy in this alternate world, even August begins to question what is real or not. August and Jack struggle to keep afloat as they teeter between fantasy and their own emotions. In the end, each must choose his own truth. So there were a few reasons we went with this one. One, it's a psychological thriller with a lot of dark themes. And along with that, the author is a woman of color, as well as one of our main characters, at least, is also a person of color, which was really exciting. And we wanted to try really hard to incorporate more intersectionality into our choices for some of these books. And yeah.
Me too. Hell yes.
So definitely, I will say some trigger warnings. I believe one of the main characters struggles with an eating disorder, and also this relationship just straight up is not healthy, and it is talked a lot about. I didn't know that. It's talked a lot about so I guess I'm gonna say that it isn't a spoiler, but their relationship is very openly like it is not a healthy one. So if that's something that is quite triggering to you, I would maybe skip this month. But I'm very excited to read it. I purchased my book today. Yeah.
Yay! I'm gonna order it right after this stream. I gotta. Yeah. We discussed it. I was driving. So I was like, I'm not gonna.
It is $3 on the Kindle app. Nice. So that's what I'll be doing. $3 on the Kindle app. You can get that on your phone.
Yeah.
Heck yes. Alrighty. Do we have any other announcements that we want to make? Do we?
I don't think so. The website's not ready. I need to check and see some things before I shoot it.
All right, hell yeah.
That was my final project. So first thing, I checked my grade on that. I probably got an A. I killed it.
Oh yes, you did kill it. Yes, you did kill it. That's incredible. All right, yeah, but that's.
Wait. No, merch isn't ready yet, but I got my first T-shirt on its way.
So. Yes, we
merch isn't up yet, but I don't have it up. A T-shirt.
Soon.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for watching. You're one of my favorite people on the internet. Yes. Yeah, but merch is, we have Kelsey's incredible and has thank you.
Claire's here.
Hello.
Read Hank's book.
Read Hank's book. Yeah, Kelsey created an incredible website, and I was like, how? So it'll be up soon, and merch will be coming soon, and we will, have that hopefully soon.
The merch is linked to the book club website, so that's one of the things I need to double check on before we issue it to the public.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. But look out for that.
The most notable thing that I believe that you should purchase on our website is a shower curtain that is featuring Logan's feet. As Cat from Cats. It's
my feet.
$50. And if anyone wants to donate to my Venmo, Venmo me $50, I will buy one.
Should I show off the shirt that I bought? Like, should I? This is the one I bought. It says, you're right. Physically, I'm here. Mentally, I'm in Logan and Emily's 2018 production of Mamma Mia. And it's coming in this week.
Yes.
Wearing it all the time.
There will be a shower. There will be a shower curtain and a T-shirt featuring my feet instead of Judi Dench's hand. So I'm buying that.
As well as some actual merch. There will be actual, this is actual merch, but there will be some more.
We have cat designs coming out that I'm buying, and things like that. Yes.
So
awesome. Before we go, we have a special visitor, Hank Green.
The way I just internally had 7 heart attacks.
I'm sorry, I was trying to say it so seriously, but I saw both of your faces and I couldn't do it.
Yes, I would love.
If anyone has any merch ideas they want to send our way, hit us up and we will.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I will. Sure. Definitely.
Repping our first merch. Hank, come on out.
Hank can go around. Let him out of the room.
You give me a heart attack every time you say it, and I know you don't mean it. Damn it.
Hank's been in the waiting room, listened to us talking about it forever. It's just been there.
Take another look at the waiting room.
Take another look at the waiting room. Oh God, I'm already bad enough at the internet. That would be, why am I in charge of this?
Oh, man.
Socks with my feet on them. Meta. Hats on hats on hats. Anyway. Anything else that we have to say?
I'm starting to wish I leaked the StreamYard link so I could have sent it to someone and then I'd be like, check the waiting room. It's but anyway, the stream's over now. I just thought of the idea. It's too late.
Why didn't we tweet the link?
I think just Brandon shows up.
It's just my brother.
Your brother, but his caption says Hank Green for real.
Next live, everyone tune in to our next live. We don't have a date for that yet, but when we're discussing the Wicker King, Hank Green will be making an appearance.
God, I hope so.
Right? Oh my God. Boy. Anyway, all right.
I believed you for almost half a second. Claire, I don't know how long you've been here. I've been doing that the entire live. We had a discussion.
Scares me every time.
All right.
Scares me so much.
Wow, this was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you
a good live.
Thank you all for
watching. Courtesy of Kelsey.
And yes, exactly. Anyway, though, but until next time. Suggestion.
I have a copy of Howl's right next to me.
I'm down for this. Let's
I think it's good.
Let's research and better be earlier. As long as we keep it on Sundays, I'm available at all times. Yeah. Let's do it. I'm down. Yeah.
Really.
We promise.
We'll do it at 3 a.m. my time.
Yes.
We should. That's 4 a.m. my time. I love that. Let's do it.
That's still only 3 a.m. Yours is only one mine. I'm still
fine. You would
fine.
literally be awake anyway.
I would be completely fine.
Would be
it's one. It is one. It would be 4 a.m. No, but that's early enough to be it'd be Hugo time. I'll get up at 4 for you, Hugo.
I get up at 4 for you, Hugo. I will.
It's the least I can do for not saying your name right.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Well,
this was fun.
Yeah, this is a good time.
Thank you all for joining.
Buy our merch. Join our Patreon. We don't have one yet.
Exactly. But be on the lookout for all of the links dropping. We love all of you. Bye, Hank and friends. Hank and company. Hank and co.
Yes.
Don't define series.